Today I'm going to put down this baby, put this one on someone else's head. I'm going to be flying this myself, and we're going to go watch some foxes, hopefully get shot. Well, welcome to today's episode, and it's an exciting day because I've been wanting to get out there and cover this event ever since I found out about it a few weeks ago, and today's the day I'm finally going to do it. Now, it's a traditional fox hunt, as far as the modern world could say it's traditional. We've got a heap of blokes coming down a creek, there's going to be dogs and a few guns and a whole bunch of noise, and it's something I haven't done before, haven't been a part of before. I certainly have been part of fox hunting and shooting and stuff like that, but not on this kind of magnitude. So stay tuned and sit back and relax, and we'll see what we can do.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night.
We have today 11 blokes have turned up, and they'll each be carrying a gun, and there is also a few dogs. Now that's to help flush out the foxes from out of the bushes. They're going to be walking along a creek system, which is could be as wide as a couple of 100 metres in the wide spots, might be a bit wider actually, and then goes quite narrow at some spots, perhaps down under 100 metres. Now, they call bottlenecks at those spots, so they're going to set a row of blokes up along those bottlenecks, and then further back along the creek there's going to be another row of guys walking through or along the creek and hunting the foxes out of their hidey spots and pushing them towards the blokes at the bottlenecks. And as they go past, as the foxes go past, they'll get shot. So it's very noisy. It's because the guys doing the walking, the approaching, the line that's waiting, they have to scare the foxes out of their spots. So it's they'll be firing off the odd shot into the air, and the dogs will be barking and all that kind of stuff. So in the past, they've got several foxes within a day, like over 10 foxes, maybe as many as 16 or 17 along this section of the creek that we have some frontage access to today. We'll have 3 cameras going. This one that I'm talking into now, which my usual cameraman will be operating. I'll be on the drone. There'll be a GoPro on a shooter's head, and I'll compile the 3 and we'll see what type of video this makes. So the blokes have got to spread themselves across the creek evenly, and then that forms the waiting line. Then they've got to communicate with the approaching team, or the walking team, as to when they need to start walking.
G'day boys. Yeah, mate, we're ready to go.
Ready to go?
Yep, fire away. Thanks, mate.
This gives me time to get the drone in the air, while the other blokes at the other end sort themselves out, form their line, and get into action. So this is what it looks like from above. You can see the rough line of blokes through the bush there. They're driving the foxes forward into further down the stream, the blokes that are waiting. Now old mate wearing the GoPro was kind enough to give us a bit of a commentary, and he's just showing us how he gets into position waiting for the foxes.
Bloody beautiful bit of country through here. Thick lignum. Beautiful bit of bloody salt bush. Really nice bit of country through here for foxes. But we've got to find a spot to wait. We're just going to set up on this weight line. The boys are already spread out. Somewhere through here. Might be a bit bloody deep, I don't know. And then we'll just tread carefully. Got them through it. That's good. Yeah, it is. It's a good spot.
Now with everybody finally in position, it's just a waiting game for the waiting line for the fox to come out of the bushes and run past them. So the walking line started a few hundred metres back, and then they gradually worked their way towards the waiting line. And they made a heck of a lot of noise on the way and had a lot of fun, but unfortunately didn't come across any foxes along the way. They had quite a quiet walk, but this wasn't the only walk they were going to do. This was one of several for the day. So let's have a bit of a GoPro view from the shooter at the waiting line and see what he saw.
Ah, nothing, not even a rabbit. Bloody pretty quiet. Anyway, such is life, eh? I can hear that drone though. Yeah. Every time I think, eyes. Yeah. Bloody flies.
Yeah. Well, we were firing shots up in the air.
Yeah, I know.
Hang on, we got a drone up here.
I'm really glad they didn't hit it.
No action, brother. No action at all.
Well, now they're back together and regrouped, having a bit of a chat and looking at each other's guns and dogs and stuff like that. They're going to sort out who's going to walk this time and who's going to wait. And it turns out that the guy with the GoPro is going to be walking this time, so we're going to get a good look at what happens from that perspective.
Boys, we're all off walking. We're walking towards the waders. Got the GoPro on. Beautiful day. Try and find ourselves a fox. I don't know how much action I'll get. Probably not a great deal. It's pretty thick through here. But this is where they live. They love the cover. We've got to push them out. I've got 3 dogs in here. I think we've got 4 dogs pushing through this. Help! Help! You can hear one of the little dogs in there. Help! Hey! Help! Ho! Ho! Get him, Pike. There's Xena. Woo, 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 woo! Get him, Zane. For a poor old dog, she's about 14 years old. Here's her daughter. That's little Zoe. Get him, Zoe. Get in there, darling.
This is alright.
There we go.
Look at this.
Sharing is caring, Aaron. Oh, sharing is caring.
I won't be over the top of these.
I'm helping out a brother. I'm helping out a brother in distress.
That's it.
If only you were Moses, you could part that.
Now something tells me that our helpful cameraman was getting a little bit bored with the lack of foxes. So he tried a different technique of trying to raise them. So let me know in the comments below how effective you think he was.
Fox! Oh, fox! Where art thou, fox? Where art thou, fox? Where is thy fox?
Well, it must have done something because they finally got one in the bag after a lot of walking and a lot of yelling and a lot of noise. So it's good to get a reward and give you some more hope for the rest of the day. Okay, one fox we got here this morning. 11 blokes and one fox so far. Boy fox. And well and truly dead and a bit mangy. But anyway, one less fox in this area is a good thing. So we're about halfway through the hunt now. We're going to keep hunting and see what else we can get, and hopefully we can pick up a few more. Usually we get you know, these guys come out every year basically, so hopefully we can get a few more. They usually pick up about 10 or more, but so far we've only ever got one this morning, so anyway, there's just not many around at the moment. We'll keep going. So we set off again, and it was warming up, and it was a good section of the creek, and we walked a fair way, but we still only managed to see and raise one fox, but we did score it, so things were looking a bit better, although there were nowhere near the amount of foxes that we usually see along this section of the creek. This is another male fox here, and he's got a really nice pelt and he's quite a good size. And just in case anybody's feeling sorry for this fox being shot, they're not innocent at all. These animals can rip the tongues out of lambs and leave them to die of starvation, and it's a terrible tragedy that these things were ever introduced into the nation. They've caused the extinction of numerous Australian native animals, and it's better off that they just be wiped out completely. Now just look at those teeth. They are something to be reckoned with, those things. So it's a good thing that we have a few less of these things around today. Well, that's it for today's episode, folks. I cleared off early from the hunt. There was 2 foxes shot by the time I left, and they went on for a couple more hours and got another fox. So the numbers were down quite a lot. There'd been hunters go through a few weeks before and cleared out a lot of the foxes, which was a surprise to me because I thought the area was going to have a lot more foxes than that. But that's all right. It just means that the numbers are low and we're starting to get on top of them, which is a good thing for lambs and native animals. So don't forget to like and subscribe, turn on your notifications and give me a big thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next episode.
When we're backstage, we'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping
Oh, you sneaky little red dog.